प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते 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 சார்ந்து வணங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சன்னதி சரணடைந்தோமே சார்ந்து வணங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சன்னதி சரணடைந்தோமே சாந்த சித்த சௌபாகியம் யாவையும் தந்தருள் சத்குரு நீயே சாந்த சித்த சௌபாகியம் யாவையும் தந்தருள் சத்குரு நீயே பிரபோ கணபதே परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते 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 आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अर्बुद धवल स्वरूपा आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अर्बुद धवल स्वरूपा देवदेव विजय विनायक चिन्मय परशिव दीपा देवदेव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय परशिव दीपा प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते 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 गणपते
Audience are requested to please keep your mobile phones in silent. We invite Mr. Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, Chairperson, IIID Chennai Regional Chapter. Kindly raise Mr. Kamal Kokhani, MD Akar Infomedia, Dr. Pranita Verma to accompany our chief guest, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to the dais. We request you all to kindly raise for the national anthem, followed by the Tamil Thai Varthu.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடன் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எக்கணையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரவிழந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Kindly take your seats. A gentle reminder to put your mobile phones on silent. The lighted lamp symbolizes the dispelling of ignorance and awakening of the divine light within us. We request our dignitaries to come forward and light the lamp. Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Architect Jabin Zacharias, Professor Ramakrishna Rao, Padma Shri Architect C.N. Raghavendran, Architect Kunnakudi V. Srinivasan, Chairperson Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, and Mr. Kamal Kokhani. Thank you, dignitaries, for such an auspicious inauguration to the event. We kindly request you to take your seats. I welcome Professor D.S. Ramakrishna Rao, Founder Chairperson, Chennai Regional Chapter, Advisor, IDCS Chennai, to deliver the welcome address.
Antaranga, the inner peace, as defined by our scriptures, comes by dhyana, by meditation, and by so many other things. Yet all of them require a very serene place to be able to sit and achieve this antaranga. Your Excellency, Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri N.R. Ravi, Jabin Zacharias, our National President, my old friend and mentor, Padma Shri Architect C.N. Raghavendran, K.V. Srinivasan, Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, and Mr. Kamal Kokhani. I stand here with a threefold joy and delight. One, that I have been honored and I feel privileged to give the welcome address. I feel really good about it. Two, when I wanted to start this IIID Chennai Center, I never imagined that this would rise to this pinnacle. With so many members in organizing international conferences, and whatever accolades I can give them will be less. And the third most important thing, completion of 25 years of IIID Chennai chapter. In the year 1997, I never imagined that we would rise to this, completing Silver Jubilee. Somebody once told me that in America, they have a design and build institute where the builders and architects meet and do things together. I told them, 50 years is completed. Our national body of Indian Institute of Interior Designers, where we have been doing this very successfully. That is the best thing I like about this platform. I am involved in various groups, including our India Institute of Architects, Indian Green Building Council, etc., etc. But I really like this platform because this is one place where the dreamer and the person to convert the dreams into reality sit together across the table. When we completed architecture, when I say we means our age group in 70s, the architect was sacrosanct, the contractor was after that, or the decorator or vendor or whoever is there. But it's such a wonderful sight to see all of them under one umbrella. I am really delighted to see all of you here today and this wonderful showcase, the exhibition of material. And I pray that each one of you will take advantage of this, especially students, because this is a great opportunity for you to see things that you have not seen and you not get an opportunity, meet people whom otherwise may not because of your busy schedules, and meet seniors who have done tremendous work here. Attend the various sessions and pick up something new from it. Mansara, the pre-Vedic town planner who existed in India, said, when we build the griham for our dinacharya, for our daily activities, we need to ensure that something of the past is brought in for today and for the future generation to take away. And this is so aptly described in Mannadi Shastram, a form of Vastu Shastram in Tamil Nadu, where what they do is that when a house is built, unlike demonic expressions of Vastu today, they don't break away houses. They just shift the threshold of the main door from one position to other and say, this was fine for one generation, this is correct for the new generation, and the future to come will have a third threshold. Yet, the inner spaces remain the same. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all once again to this wonderful gathering, and I congratulate the team of IIID Chennai, who for the last 2 months have been relentlessly bombarding us with messages, mails, photographs. And every time I decided that I will not look at the next mail, I open it and lo behold, it says, Professor D.S. Ramakrishna invites you. So I say, oh my God, I must now follow this chain of thought. So I once again heartily welcome all of you. Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us today and gracing the occasion. Thank you all. I welcome you all once again.
Thank you, Professor Rao, for those lovely words. Thank you for the recollection of Mansara and including the trade members on this forum. I request our very candid and outspoken Mr. Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, Chairperson IIID CRC, to felicitate the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. Moving on, I request our very own Mr. Kamal Kokani, MD, Akkar Info Media Private Limited, to felicitate Padma Shri Architect C.N. Raghavendran. Thank you, sir. I now request the humble and hardworking architect Kunakudi V. Srinivasan, convener IIID IDCS, to felicitate architect Jabin Zakarias, National President IIID. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I welcome architect Kunakudi V. Srinivasan, convener IDCS Chennai, to give the opening remarks.
எண்ணிய முடிதல் வேண்டும், நல்லவே எண்ணல் வேண்டும், திண்ணிய நெஞ்சம் வேண்டும், தெளிந்த நல் அறிவு வேண்டும், நன்னிய உரிமை வேண்டும், நாம் அதை பெறவும் வேண்டும், கண்ணிலே ஒளியும் வேண்டும், கன்னி தமிழை காக்க வேண்டும் என்ற பாரதி அன்னையை பார்த்து வணங்கி வேண்டுவதை நாமும் இன்று வணங்கி இந்த ஒரு அருமையான ஒரு ஐடிசிஎஸ் கான்ஃபரன்ஸை ஆரம்பிப்போம். ఎంతరో మహానుభావులు అంతరికి వంతనము. On this momentous occasion of the launching of IDCS Confluence 2022, it is my honor and privilege to extend a very warm and hearty welcome to respected Honorable Governor Arun Raviji, our chief guest, dignitaries honored of the dais. The strength of the institute lies in establishing good professional and trade practice and ethics amongst its members, and to highlight the image of the interior design profession and exchange know-how with similar organizations within the country and abroad. The humble journey of institute crossing 50 years as on today, holding the strength of 31 chapters and centers with 8,000 members throughout India. This institute, with multivarious activities, do encourage the profession, education, awards, and communication, extending common benefits. At the same time, it also enhances the fellowship with ethical conduct. The institute extends our exploration of avenues through networking and collaboration with national and international organizations. This encourages members to interact and cooperate with affiliated professions, artists, craftsmen, and trade globally. We, the members, never stopped here. Further, the institute mission extended in the area of education, supporting institutions with course support, with comprehensive syllabus, and conducting the workshop and seminars. In this design of the world of design becoming more challenging and unveiled the explorations. In the society, interior decoration being a part flowing of minimal standards earlier, have gained its momentum in mammoth way, have come out with, from its pupa, and now it fly with vibrant way of design approach and enchanting design material compositions. To cope up to the current scenario and to sail in the new waves of trends, the amalgamation of Karta and Karvi has to be blended for its hormonal compositions, where the Karta are designers and Karvi are design and material explorations. Rendering a greater vision always is successful only if it is rolled out with a strong mission and endurance. When such a vision being a way of life in IIID, one such kind of eureka is IDCS. The background to this momentous event was the decision taken to generate collaboration among fraternity and the society with synergic approach by our president and team. Bringing multifold in one single hat makes us to formulate the IDCS as Confluence. Yes, we in IIID Chennai Regional Chapter conducting self-awakening students workshop, thought-provoking conference, and greater awareness on current trend showcase materials. First successful IDCS show held at Lucknow in the last February 2022, followed by in Chennai today. For next 2 days, more to add, the other chapters are in lined up, and to take it further, IDCS carving a greater niche in the society of Indian building industry. Thank you, Nandal.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and enlightening the
That he'll be here as a chairman of this prestigious regional chapter for this 25th year. And Ravi, where are you? I'm here, sir. Please come. We have to form a chapter. This is the one-line word. And thereafterward, it was all done in Image Auditorium. And from then on, no look back. We have crossed 25 years. And his principle is to concentrate on students first, then young architects, those who have just completed. And those people are missing the networking and at the same time certain things which they cannot get in the academics. So we used to have a lot of seminar and workshops in the college itself. And likewise, every chapter chairman. Today, I'm literally missing Arun Badekar, who was chairing for 2 terms. He did a wonderful job here. He is no more with us now. But his passion and things is going on. And later on, many chairmen, they have done extremely well. And today, I am sitting as a proud chairman, not because of myself, because of my team members here. They have done a wonderful job for the last, from February onwards. The moment our president, national president, Zabin Zacharias called me, are you interested to take up this IDCS? I said, yes. And how is your team? I'll form a team. But the entire credit, first I will give it to our secretary, Pranita. Why don't you rise, please? To get her on phone is tough, but today, every second she makes a call. And next, the entire team along with convener and our founder advisor. And this is successful today because, and there is one more reason for our 25th year celebration. There are many chapter chairpersons from all over India and where the students can mingle and you can discuss with them. And they are the motivators every year. They make all the chairmen to work for the chapter. And even one workbook which has been published by headquarters, that both our center as well as the national level president wanted to give it to pan-India in regional languages. That is also there. All this possible because of the team efforts of this 25 years of members. There we have got more than 250 members here, along with trade members, 1/3 members. And we were able to do this showcase. And with the motivation of all the chapter chairmen who pressured me, you know one thing which attracts Chennai? Chennai has got, Tamil Nadu has got something special. But at the same time, the Mahabalipuram. And after this China visit and chess made famous more in India, and all even young people, they wanted it. They wanted to visit Mahabalipuram. That also has been arranged. So Chennai is always used to take people to Mahabalipuram and temples. And Chennai chapter has given me the greatest opportunity. Today I am sitting in between the legends and with the governor. That is because of Chennai chapter. And my wife never comes for anything, and today she has come here to see what I am going to do. Thank you so much, and thank you, Governor Sir, for accepting our invitation and making us this function a graceful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, for making us aware on all the efforts taken by IIIT in convening the IDCS. Now I request Architect Zabin Zacharias, National President IIID, to address the gathering.
His Excellency, Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri Ravi. All the dignitaries on the dais, IIID chairmen from all over India, IIID Chennai family, very eager faces from the participants across the hall, and promising faces of students. Good morning. I am a little speechless today. I don't know what to talk about because there's a lot to talk about. The enormity of this moment, I don't know whether it lands on you. I think this moment is huge. Maybe it's because of the presence of the Honorable Governor himself. A blessing. It is so inspiring. It is giving us a go-ahead for us to lead and achieve whatever mission we are into. Is it because of the enormity of the founder chairman to all the leaders here? Is it because of the enormity of each and every chairman from India? 33 chapters are represented by a good majority of them, and they represent almost 10,000 members. Or is it because I'm speechless sometimes, like mothers seeing her kids perform and the way Chennai was performing? I was so kept in the loop. I was seeing all the messages. I had suggestions, but I said, no. These days, they know what to do better, and I'm happy. You have excelled all imagination. And I'm so speechless to see the wonderful participation outside. First day, the stalls are full and steaming. And I am speechless looking at the future students here. What can I talk about? Let us start about this moment. IIID design, confluence, and showcase. I believe that words are important. Never should it be taken lightly. That title is there for a reason. After a lot of thought on how to name this, IIID, the designers or the speakers here have already given an introduction to it. 1972, in the small village of Dandeli, a handful of trade members got together to form this great association, hand-holding trade and profession together to take this ahead. Today, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary this year, and with 10,000 members, we are going strong, we are growing. That is enormous. IIID. Design. Design is a word which we can only take up with so much of respect. What is design? It is a life skill which belongs to people, so simple. Design, it is so complex too in so many ways. Today's challenges, changing times, pandemic, all these things will have to be considered while we design spaces. Again, I will quote Winston Churchill, who say, in design, we first shape our spaces, and these spaces shape people. And it is these people, their thoughts and actions, which shape our future tomorrow. So design is a tool for making a change for a better tomorrow, for the better people and planet. Van Borak has said, design is an engine for social change. So that way, today, design, we designers hold a lot of responsibility in our hands. Yes, we are dreamers. We are poets. We are dancers, we are musicians. We think about spaces and beautiful spaces which can kindle beauty in people and great values and virtues which will then seep into their lives to make people happy. And as we dream, you know, dreams don't have any limit. There should be people who will be walking alongside us, step by step, delivering that dream, and that is trade. So, trade, we come to the next word, confluence. Design and trade, here we are seeing a confluence. If you look at the dictionary, Confluence is defined as two rivers coming together, merging together, and then flowing together. Two separate main streams, flowing across different banks, across different civilizations, having different fragrance, different essence, but then you can see how it happens, right? Alakananda and Bhagirathi at Devaprayag. That is spectacular, that is enormous, that is a speechless thing to watch. That is what's happening here. Designers, professionals, and trade are coming together to discuss, debate ideas, and then flow together for a common destination, enriching lives along its way. And then we come to the fourth word, showcase. And when this happens, we need the end users to see it, benefit it. Showcase, you know, it's a usual word, an almara, wherein you keep your trophies and people take note of that. What is our case? What's our case which we want to portray to people? We want people to look at it. It is the case of good design. Good design can touch lives. It's not only for the rich and the elite, for the poorest of the poor. We have to be there. And today, this Confluence brings solutions to people, their lives. As services, as products, as design ideas, as workshops, these 3 days are going to do exactly that, showcase design. I will now wind up. I wish IDCS Chennai all the best. I'll be there in any way I can help. Thank you to Aakar, who gave Aakar to this whole thing, Mr. Kamal Kokhani and team also. Wonderful job, Chennai. Ravi, congratulations. Thank you. And thank you all so much. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words of encouragement. I'm sure it's going to stay with us all for a very long time. I invite Padma Shri Architects C.N. Raghavendran, C.R. Narayanra Architects Chennai, to enlighten the audience with the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Architect C.N. Raghavendran.
Respected His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R.N. Ravi, dignitaries from the dais, and guests and designers. Very happy to be amongst all the designers. And today, design occupies a very important position in the development of growth of the nation. And so I really have a great pleasure in being here. And especially so that I've been asked to deliver this keynote address in the august presence of the Governor of Tamil Nadu, His Excellency Sri R.N. Ravi. His presence brings an invaluable blessings and encouragement of a national leader in our midst. His presence also signifies an important milestone to define the relevance of designers whose works have a growing social and economic impact. It is now recognized that power of design touches the lives and welfare of people in every walk of life in an inclusive sense. I'd like to be brief because I'm sure we are going to be blessed with a great speech by the Governor, by His Excellency the Governor. I had the privilege and honor of sharing a dais with him recently. Not sharing it, but I was listening to his speech in this Kattumana Thoril function. That Kattumana Thoril function is about the building industry. It is with the contractors, architects, building material suppliers, and all the ancillaries. It's a whole group of people involved in building industry. He gave such a stirring, inspiring advice and note for directional of the future of construction industry in India, what it can do to India and so on. So I'm sure I'd like to hear his thoughts, which are so well expressed in the previous occasions. I look forward to it again, sir. So I don't want to stand before you for too long, but I'll try to be brief as I have some passionate stuff to talk about on designer's role today as we go along. There are two phenomena I would like to touch upon which are crucial to the design community. Let's move away from our daily challenges of survival and business growth in a narrow sense and self-interest. Let us take a global view of and explore two aspirations. Let's step back and look at what's going to happen to us and the next generation. They are, what does the future expect of design professionals? And how do we prepare ourselves for the future, for being future ready? India will soon be amidst the top global economic powers. It will be comprehensive and on all fronts. At the same time, this transformation would have witnessed a vast social transformation on an enviable magnitude, deeply involving improving the quality of life for millions. It's indeed a true revolution in education, healthcare, social inclusiveness, and so on. A happy view of the future is that we shall overcome the challenges by bringing within reach of everyone an equal opportunity to well-being and prosperity. Simultaneously, despite all the hurdles, India will also be a STEM superpower, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and also be at the same time a champion in slowing the causes and the effects of the climate change, which is a real existential threat to our lives and welfare and to the planet, all solely caused by human actions and human greed and human exploitation. These are indeed very optimistic visions of what life could be for the coming generation. But we, the current custodians, hold the key, whether we succeed or fail. Here, failure is not an option. How well will the professional and designer community be attuned to their roles in this challenge is the question. Can design elevate nature and mankind? Imagine a world where we break with the past and begin again. For many, the post-pandemic world is causing shifts in human behavior, and design cannot but follow suit. Introspection and convergence are needed when humanity is in flux, pushed to the limits, experience the vulnerability of life, and rethinking the value of what's important. This will create a new design language focused on rebuilding a more regenerative, resilient, and inclusive world where mankind has resilience and sustenance during these extreme times. Here are some themes that define the restorative future and embrace design solutions. A new breed, a breed of sustainers, value circularity, value zero-waste lifestyle, and strive to reach ecocene, an epoch when human and design practices identify ecological frame of reference. This is the opposite of current Anthropocene, where human activity is in a destructive mode. The Anthropocene also decimates nature due to human destruction of Earth's natural resources. This has overburdened our planet's ecological footprint, reversed this decline, and reimaged the Earth as a place of nourishment. Here is a big role for all of us as designers. And it's not just us, it's the whole mankind as a whole, but we have an important role to chip in this. It'll take a new sustainer mindset to utilize the design strategies of human survival, driving a new solution for the built environment. Designers are working to restore equity and justice by designing for social impact. They are designing for underserved population while addressing the inclusivity and human health, aging population, and climate change. Designers in the area of built environment are dealing with climate resilient structures and looking at how new buildings connect back to land and social issues, like fostering local engagement. They are addressing aspirations of the community and not just the client who hired them. Designing for a social impact lives in the intersection of sustainability and humanity, where design justice can improve the place and the planet for all. How can we mend our relations with materials in this new era? Currently, resources used to make all our buildings, consume products, exceed the natural renewable resources available. Can we reset our relations to practice this of circular design and manufacturing, and also design for end of life? Designers are dematerializing and embracing biometrics. These materials come from and return to nature. New forms of these biometrics are creating new paths forward. They are not only mending our vision of materiality, but also our relationship with design and nature. It's up to us to create these new materials in the ecocene era. In India, we are uniquely placed in the way we look back and see how people lived close to nature, and they adapted nature, they worshiped nature, and they never, ever harmed the nature. So that's the life that we should try to not literally rebring, but the essence of that thought and action and the way they did it has a lot of meaning for us in future. For the second big question I started with, how do we prepare ourselves for the future ready, for being future ready? Perhaps the clue lies, interestingly, in the title of this conference, Design Confluence itself. The mindset is about approaching the world like a designer. It's the understanding that you have creative ideas and the power to turn those ideas into reality. Creative confidence allows designers to make leaps and trust their instincts about real solutions to design problems. Discover these design thinking mindsets that empower innovation, focusing on people who want to innovate their work and create better experience, products, and services. Put people in the center of your design endeavor. Innovation is by necessity a collaborative endeavor. It should also, cross-disciplinary integration is also a critical function in the way designers will work and already working. And that's crucial to the global problems that we have to solve. And particularly unlock new and creative solutions to challenges lying ahead of us. Ultimately, your product or service should be built to help improve other people's lives and experiences. So never losing sight is an empathetic view of the world is the key. During the design thinking process, you may be looking to connect seemingly separate ideas or concepts into one. By looking beyond individual pieces, you can begin to analyze the big picture and how everything can work together holistically as one. Today's problems come in all shapes and are only growing more complex. Specialized roles, remote teams, and siloed organizations require innovative ways to tackle everyday challenges. Start your journey today and make ideas reality by utilizing the power of structured thinking and creative collaboration. How do designers empower all stakeholders to make ideas a reality? Through global advocacy, networking, collaboration, research, and education, and conferences like this. And equipping you with the mindset of methodology and tools to lead to a positive change. These are thoughts I leave behind to the delegates and guests to ponder and debate in this conference, and also beyond. We are here in a watershed moment. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to deliver this keynote in the august presence of His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R.N. Ravi sir, and distinguished assembly here. I wish the conference all success, and it's wonderful to be with you all again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an absolute honor to have this opportunity to listen to your words of wisdom on the importance of sustainable living in person. Now, it's my privilege to invite the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu to deliver the inaugural address. But before we start, I request the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu to release the handbook on design tips towards design literacy for all by IIID. We have a round of applause, please. I request the first copy of the handbook. I request the first copy of the handbook to be presented to Mr. Anantarao V. Patil, Principal Secretary to the Governor. Can we have Mr. Anantarao V. Patil on stage? Thank you. The dais is yours, sir.
Most respected Zabin Zakarias, President, Institute of Indian Interior Designers. Thiru D.S. Ramakrishna Rao is the founder, chairman of Chennai chapter of IIID. Padma Shri Thiru C.N. Raghavendran, Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, chairman of Chennai chapter. Kundakudi V. Srinivasan, convener. Thiru Kamal Kokhani, managing director, Akar Media. All the designers, the leaders in the field of interior designing assembled here, students, distinguished invitees, gracious ladies and gentlemen, Anaivarkum Vanakkam. At the outset, I'd like to express my thanks to the organizer for giving me this opportunity to be among the galaxy of what Zabin Zakaria calls dreamer. The dreamers who are not idle dreamers, whose dream is backed by enormous dynamism, and they ensure that most of their dreams are translated, are created in the form perceptible to our senses. We could see, we could feel. This is a special occasion to be with such people. Because in the midst of such a galaxy, one benefits by getting a little bit of getting the charge which you have. I know for the coming few days that you are here, you will be sharing your ideas, sharing your dreams, showcasing your creations. And through this confluence, lot many beautiful things will emerge, marking this as a watershed in the evolution of interior designing to the next level. IIID Chennai is celebrating the silver jubilee of its creation. I thank Thiru D.S. Ramakrishna Rao, the founder, who dreamed, who created. He said he never dreamt of this going so large. But that is the dilemma of every institution builder. When someone builds the institution, he plants the seed into the future, uncertain future, doesn't know how this will grow. But the commitment and the drive behind it gives it a momentum and it grows, and now today we are celebrating the silver jubilee of it, and I'm very confident we'll have many more jubilees ahead. The handbook, the tips to improve the designing literacy among the masses, I just released. I had the privilege to release. I had the privilege of leafing through the pages of it. And I must tell you that as a layperson like me, I felt, I won't use the word, perhaps enlightened is a rather too large a meaning, but I felt so engrossed and so absorbed that there are so many things which are latent in your mind, and when you look through it, you see, well, this is possible, this is how it should be. And so I must congratulate the production, the creation of this book. It's a very, very valuable addition in creating, in addition to literature, for creating mass awareness about interior designing. We all know that interior designing and so interior designing as well, it marks the phases of evolution of human civilization. From primitive to the pastoral, to the industrial, to the information, today we are global. And the urge of the human being in this journey of civilizational journey of evolution has been a journey from the gross to the subtle. And you look at how our long back, thousands of years back, of people, those who first created a habitat, and how the whole thing has evolved and changed over time. This gross to the subtle, this journey, is rooted in the concept of evolution of consciousness, which is our Indian concept. The concept of evolution, I'm not talking about the Darwinian concept of evolution. Well, I'm talking about it because what, whys, and hows of designing I cannot talk about. I'm the least qualified person to talk about it. You all know, you are here, you are all people, you are accomplished people. I'm just trying to give it a context. So this evolution of consciousness, which is so Indian, and perhaps one of the latest who expounded it most beautiful was Rishi Aurobindo, Sri Aurobindo. How? At the beginning, it was all inanimate, inert matter. And in some matter, when the consciousness crept in, life emerged. And as the consciousness kept evolving itself, the complexity of life also evolved, getting more and more complex. So we have, on the one spectrum is the simplest amoeba, to the other spectrum, human being like us, the most complex creature. The difference is the level of consciousness. And in this journey of consciousness, as Rishi Aurobindo says, some would move forward with a revolutionary individual initiative, like you people, you guys. You have been trained, you have been thinking, you have been dreaming, and you have been moving ahead, you have been growing in your consciousness. How to create more and more beautiful things, beautiful designs. At the one end, people like you, who with your individual initiative, you evolve, you take the consciousness to the higher level. And on the other hand, I am the least qualified person to talk about it by the designing. But I would like to give it a context. And the context is, we all know that our country, a couple of weeks back, we have entered a very, very crucial phase of our national journey. The fourth quarter century of our independence. This is what we call it Amrit Kal. This Amrit Kal is a period of comprehensive rejuvenation of our nation. It holds different meaning to different people, but it has to be with the active cooperation and collaboration of all. While this country is progressing in various fields, in economy, today we are perhaps one of the fastest growing economy in the world. In the field of a startup, in various fields we are doing incredible things. We are setting up incredible targets, achieving it before time. A new India, a new Indian energy, a new Indian confidence is manifesting itself all around. And in this journey, when we complete this next quarter century, we have dreamed, the nation has dreamed to be at the summit of the world leadership. And this journey towards the summit is not just material prosperity or military strength or technological know-how. It has to have the Indian characteristic. If we do not have it, we will be a poor imitation of the West. You know, there is, as I said, as we all know, that this designing is a marker of civilizational evolution of human being. And there is some difference, some fundamental difference between the Western civilization and our civilization. Western civilization is mostly, predominantly material. Big, big things, big structures, big designs are created. Very impressive, size matters. But in the process, there has been, as the previous speaker, in fact, both Professor Rao as well as Padma Shri Raghavendran mentioned it, and even our Zabin Zakaria. In the process, there is some amount of recklessness, and there is adverse impact on the environment, on the climate. This is a major crisis. The Western material civilization, the ideas and dreams that emerge through that, there are a lot of good things about them. And we must not close our eyes to that. We must not close our minds to that. It is our ancient wisdom that says, Anu Bhadrah Kartavo Yantu Vishwata. Let the noble thoughts from all over come to us. So what is good in the Western design, we must pick up. We must take it. But what is needed is to give it the Indian character. And that is, what is Indian character then? We had a very flourishing civilization several thousand years. These are available, they are the living witness to all these are our great monuments that we have, thousands of year old monument, with intricacy of their design, not only the size, but intricacy of the design. So beautiful, so touching, so ethereal. There was a period of adversity, a long period, and that civilization suffered huge atrophy. Now, what was that? What was that unique about this Indian design or Indian civilization? This is essentially what one speaker before said, that in our civilization, humans, they not only worshipped nature, it's the nature, the worship of a nature is worship of the self. You are the part of it. Living in harmony with the creation, the rest of the creation. This living in harmony with the rest of the creation, this core element, which is unique to our civilization, this is what defines our character. In our designs, of course, in designing, you do give the basics like safety, utility, and beauty. These parameters you follow. But then when it comes to safety, safety is not just a structural safety, is not only safety of the people living in that habitat, but also the overall safety like health of the people, those who live in that. Getting adequate light and wind. Utility, of course, the utility of the space. From a limited space, you create wonders. This is the beauty of your mind, the beauty of power of your dream. How to make it in a way that is in consonance with, in harmony with the environment. And of course, the most intangible, which is beauty, it is the process of evolution, and it keeps attaining new and higher stages. And you are all the catalyst, you are all the one who are pulling it up. So, by the time we complete that is the next quarter century, I would urge you to think, ponder over it. If you find it's worthwhile, it's a merit, take it. Can we think of putting the Indian characteristic in our design? Today we see the design world is largely dominated by others. We have great designers. It may not be very fair to say that our designers are anywhere less. But overall, one gets an impression. Design publications, design researches, the creations. We need to have more of ours. Ours with keeping that core element that defines our civilization, our civilizational ethos and values, which is living and growing in harmony with the nature, with the environment around. And in this way, not only will be doing the great service to our people, to our country, but we'll also be showing the light to the rest of the world. Because in many areas, the world looks upon India for leadership, has begun looking upon the way the international community looks at India today is not what it used to look at some decades back. Today, the world looks at India with expectations. Expectations of solutions for the future problems. And in this, you have a great role to play. That is a thought I would like to leave with you in the coming couple of days that you are here. Of course, as I said, this Confluence would be generating many more ideas, many more dreams. While you do so, I would also like to urge you to see the places around. Tamil Nadu is rich, very, very rich in its heritage. Mahabalipuram is one. Mahabalipuram is known well. Events like the summit of the Chinese president and then prime minister happened. Chess Olympiad was hosted. Wonderful. But there are many, many places. And those who have come from outside, I would like to urge you to spare time to visit those places. Visit the big temple of Tanjaur, Brihadareshwar temple. Spend time and see the beauty, the intricacy of that place. You will see the marvel. You will not only feel proud of the legacy of a civilization to which you are the present torchbearer, but it will also be very, very inspiring. There are many places. And people are very hospitable. People of Tamil Nadu are exceedingly hospitable. Move around. See the places. And when you leave, when you go out of this place, you would not only carry the sweet memories of your stay and the beautiful dreams that you have been able to dream here, but also some nuggets of pride from our ancient heritage which are located in this estate. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Nandri.
Thank you, sir, for giving us your time and gracing the occasion. Your humility and vast knowledge will inspire each and every one of us present here today. I would request Mr. Kamal Kokani, MD Akar Infomedia Private Limited, Ahmedabad, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Chief guest of today's function, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Anand Rao Patil, Principal Secretary to the Governor of Tamil Nadu, IIID National President Jabin Zacarias, Keynote Speaker C.N. Raghavendran, Founder Chairman of IIID Chennai Chapter D.S. Ramakrishna Rao, Chairman of Chennai Chapter Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, Convener of this IDCS Kunnakodi Srinivasan, members of CRC Managing Committee, members of IDCS Development Committee, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, and on behalf of all of us, I would like to express sincere gratitude to Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu for blessing this event. Sir, we are indeed thankful and obliged to you for sparing your valuable time to be with us and inaugurate this major milestone of our activity. I am thankful to Architect Jabin Zacarias for being part of this event despite her pressing priorities. I am also thankful to Professor D.S. Ramakrishna Rao, Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram, Kunnakodi Srinivasan, Dr. Pranita Verma for their unstinted support in organizing this event. My thanks are due to each members of Chennai Chapter Managing Committee and IDCS Development Committee. Big thank you, Team Chennai. I would also like to thank all our sponsors and exhibitors for the support and the patronage. My gratitude is due to members of media, vendors, and service providers. Not to miss, million of thanks to my own team at Akar Infomedia for supporting me in my endeavor to organize this event. Well, will not take more time. Thank you very much once for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal sir. I request everyone to kindly raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We thank you all for taking time out this morning and making all your presence felt over here. We request our dignitaries and esteemed guests, members of IIID and the student community to please visit the stalls set up by our sponsors and let us all assemble back post-lunch.
came to me. I called him up, told Seema ma'am there's an idea like this, and he set up a call. At that time, he was like not looking for money. He said it's something a nice idea. So then we all join up and do this thing. Rajit. Ma'am. Rajit.
Coffee or mocktail? Smoke, mocktail, coffee? Oh.
Yeah, all the best.
Yes, I know. And the other side. But that is when Seema floated the idea, we accepted it. And that's the best way to demonstrate what you do.
Really didn't want to do commercial. See, I own a 15,000 square foot drugstore, 12,000 other stores. So such large portfolio, what do we display really? It's a confused situation. So, and a few days back, a mistake happened here. It really hurt me when I saw the lounge. It was really pathetic, the way they have organized mistake. I said, come on, it's a fraternity with whom we work so closely and they are not treated well. So being invited as a jury, people are coming around and they were like, not really feeling the treatment. Somebody is providing a nice place to sit or a coffee. Like a railway station, you know, that than railway station. That somewhere hurt me. This came, let's do something. This elegant restaurant, we work together, we can do a nice place. Even 3 days, so people travel 1 hour to each event. We need some
No problem. Ready to marry. Department. லைவ் கட் ஆகிடுச்சு நினைக்கிறேன். 2 சொல்லிடுறாங்க. பார்த்து